Hi everyone! Thanks for joining my talk today. I'm very excited to be back in GatsbyConf 2022 because last year was my very first time giving a talk at the tech conference. So as I'm very thrilled to be back in GatsbyConf again, today I would like to talk about how you can bring your Jamstack projects into the next level with Gatsby.js and Storyblok. But before diving into the main topic itself, let me introduce about myself very quickly. I'm Arisa, originally from Japan, and I work at Storyblok as a developer relations engineer. But besides from my work, I'm a girl code ambassador to empower women in tech, as well as teaching front-end at Front-End Foxes School. I also believe in communities, so I have my own Japanese tech community called Lilac, with over 90 community members. So as I said earlier, today's talk is going to be about how you can bring your Jamstack projects into the next level with two specific tech stacks. So let me start to tell you why I chose specifically these two tech stacks. Starting from Gatsby. So Gatsby has already quite a lot of features integrated by default, such as Gatsby Cloud, to deploy your Gatsby projects on the fly, as well as you will be able to choose from 3 ways of serving your content. For example, SSG by default, or SSR if you want, or even DSG. Moving on to the headless CMS. The reason why I chose Storyblok is because, well, as a developer, I really like the feature of the visual editor because you will be able to see the content change on the fly in the real time. So the other reason I chose Storyblok is because, well, at Storyblok, we have a component-based approach. It means that you will be able to create components and you will be able to even nest these components unlimitedly. So it's a very reusable approach and it will make a lot of work easier. And to get started, of course, I have prepared the GitHub repo for today's talk. So all the demo that you're going to see from now on in this talk is available at this GitHub repository. Alright, so let's jump in. So to get started, you can start to connect your Gatsby project with Storyblok project. And to do that, there are 3 packages you can install. And there is the Gatsby source plugin, which is called Gatsby source Storyblok. So you can register these Gatsby source plugin configuration into the Gatsby config.js file. And of course, you can swap your token strings to your preview API key token that you can get from Storyblok side. And after that, in this step, we want to make sure that we are able to retrieve the queries or not, right? Because otherwise, even if you code everything like perfectly and create all the necessary components, you wouldn't be able to see the content from the visual editor. So to prevent that, first of all, we want to test it out by outputting an entry name, in this case, home, being displayed in the visual editor. And to do that, there is an IDE provided from Gatsby side, so we can use graphical to test it out which queries are able to be retrieved or not. And from here, as you can see, we can see that our entry name is possible to retrieve. So let's do that. And to do that, first of all, we can call these queries in an index.js file that is under the directory of pages. And after calling these queries, you can store these queries in a prop. In this case, I named this prop as data so that we can reach out to retrieve this name query to display the name of the home. So there you go. Now we were able to output the name of an entry in the visual editor. After that, we are going to create dynamic components. And to do that, we are going to prepare or create a file called dynamiccomponent.js file. This file is going to import the rest of the dynamic component files and then return to display the component in the visual editor. After that, I'm going to create a teaser component file to test it out. So I can create this teaser component file under the directory of components. As you can see in the short video, there is a draft.json file available from Storyblok side. So that in this draft.json file, you're able to take a look at the whole path to reach this headline, which is located inside of the teaser component. And of course, we want to display our teaser field type component being displayed. And to do that, we can import the dynamic component file, the one we just created shortly before, and then return the component in the visual editor. But we haven't yet enabled the full feature of the visual editor, right? We were able to output the content, however, we were not able to take a look at the contents are being edited in real time. And to enable that feature, let me explain you one logic. So this is what's going on and behind the scene. We provide a toolkit called Storyblok.js Bridge, and behind the scene, Storyblok.js Bridge is adding the script tag inside of the body element so that it will be able to communicate through iframe to tell visual editor, hey, there is the click event happened, and that's the script tag that are going to be added. So as you're going to add these script tags, you're going to add this underscore editable properties for each element. And to make all these happen, of course, there is a way to do that. And you can create such kind of features by creating a custom hook. And don't worry about the very details in here. Actually, there is a plan to improve the DX for anyone who are going to test it out, Gatsby and the Storyblok project, or anyone who are already working on these projects. The news I can tell you in here is that our SDK will be able to take care of the hook setup so that you don't have to worry about to write all the source code by yourself. But for a moment, you will be able to take a look at our hands-on blog post tutorial so that all the source code is available. And there you go, full feature of the visual editor is now enabled. And next up, I want to introduce you how you can generate pages with using File System Route API. File System Route API is provided from Gatsby. We used to create or generate pages through Create Pages API, but if you use this File System Route API, the process would be much easier and it would be more performant. So with using this File System Route API, the step you need to do in here is pretty much easy. You just need to create one file with using this File System Route API system, and then after that you will be able to create entries from Storyblok dashboard on the fly. In this case, I have created the file with naming as, first of all, wrapping with the curly braces, and then store the path to reach the full slug. And there you go. Now I can show you how it's going to be really fast to be able to create an about page content in under 30 seconds. So let's take a look at it together. And there you go. I was able to create an about page in under 30 seconds, and it was very easy. No need to have a complicated configuration from the source code level, as well as for business users to create entries. Alright, we were able to see together how you can bring your Jamstack projects into the next level with Gatsby.js and Storyblok. And of course, there will be the case that you want to advance your skills to see how the localization works, and not only to that, to see how you'll be able to deploy your Gatsby projects into Gatsby Cloud. And you can get access to all these tutorials from these URLs on the slides. And as we say, Storyblok is an API-based headless CMS. You do not have to be binded in one specific technology. In fact, you will be able to combine Storyblok with many more libraries, frameworks, or even languages. And of course, for Gatsby, we have a dedicated technology hub page available. So you will be able to see many more tutorials related to Gatsby. And for today's talk, I have prepared a surprise for you. You will be able to discover the features in the higher plans 3 months. If you have any questions related to my talk or anything related to Storyblok, You can always ask your questions at our official Discord community. Also, after this talk, I will be there to answer your questions for 5 minutes live Q&A. Last but not least, I want to say a huge thank you to my team at Storyblok, because I'm the one talking today, but without the effort from my team and the support from my team, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I really want to say a huge thank you to them, as well as all of you decided to join GatsbyConf, as well as decided to watch my talk today.
Ready for the live Q&A? Let's go!